Today at Manchester Theatres, it is my absolute pleasure to be joined by the stunning Allison Cook, who is getting ready to come to Aviva Studios in Manchester from the 12th of May in the UK premiere of Angel's Bone, performed by the English National Opera. Now, Allison is known for having a phenomenal vocal range, meaning she can sing mezzo and soprano combined, and this has led to roles such as Marquise in Quartet, Leah in L'Enigma de Leah, and Lavina in Dido's Ghost, to name just a few. Of course, Allison has also recently performed at the Salzburg Festival, Easter Festival, and has performed as Salome in Antwerp, amongst many other things. She is known globally for performing in operas across the globe, concerts with that vocal range. Of course, she is known for celebrated productions such as Bluebeard's Castle, Powder Her Face, and for playing La Scala in Dangerous Liaisons, which of course everybody knows and loves Allison for. So thank you so much for joining me today to talk about this UK premiere. I mean, there's so much to unpack. UK premiere, Pulitzer Prize winning opera, and a collaboration between the BBC Phil, Factory International, and English National Opera. I mean, it's a big one, this, isn't it?
It is a big one. Thank you. Yeah, it's lovely to be here. It is a big one, and it's just really exciting that ENO have done such a good job of getting such a wonderful group of creatives together that in the room from day one, it was, when you've been doing this job for a while, when you're onto a kind of like an exciting energy in the rehearsal process. And Kit Williams and Marg Harwell, the director and the designer, have come up with the most ingenious production, but they also facilitate the rehearsal process, and they allow the artist to play and really not be fearful in any way, not feel judged. So you just feel like, in a way, you're an adult being allowed to do messy play. And that's what we've been doing.
I love that. And of course, this duo, they are kind of just everywhere at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are doing incredible things.
Yeah, they are. They've got Dracula at the moment that's in London, and the day after we open here, they're jetting off to New York. I mean, they are incredibly talented at both of their jobs, individually. Combined, it's just this powerhouse of it's just exciting to be part of it. I said to someone the other day, I would play a one-liner role of someone who cleans the toilets just to be in another one of their productions. It's really, they really are visuals, and they're really lovely human beings as well, which just makes the job so much nicer.
And what a job it is. Angel's Bone. It's about two angels that fall from Earth, and then your character is part of a couple who kind of tries to start looking after them, but things go a bit different, let's say. So what can you tell us about the story?
What I can tell you about the story is, it's a mid-America couple they've been married for a while. They're very dysfunctional. They're having huge financial problems. They're having to sell their house. They're also having a lot of marital problems. My character, Mrs. Exie, I really don't like my husband very much. And I blame him entirely for the financial situation we're in. And he would just do anything to make me happy again, because I haven't smiled for months and months, probably years. And then these two angels fall from heaven into our back garden, and then all the decisions about what we will do for them create a turn of events of human trafficking and if best you would say philanthropy, but it's just I'm desperately trying to make the situation that I'm in, my financial situation I'm in, better, and I do that by trafficking these two angels, and there's an amount of paedophilia in it as well, and it's confronting.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So when you're playing a character then that obviously does like really not nice
Evil
things.
things, evil.
Yeah, but you can't just go in hating this character, otherwise it's going to
No.
potentially come across a bit pantomimey. So
Yeah.
is it the financial struggles? Is that how do you find the vulnerability? How do you find your way into that?
I have to find a reason, personally, as an actress. I have to find. I'm always having. There's a motivation going through every second that I'm on stage, and there has to be a reason that I can understand why someone is who they are as the character. It'd be like someone saying, Carmen, well, just be sexy. You're like, what is that? I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense. There's a motivation for everyone as to why they act in a certain way, and that also then invites the audience to see a character that's not just one dimensional; it's three dimensional, and maybe have, in a strange way, a bit of empathy as to someone isn't just evil. Why are they doing such an evil deed? What is it that led them to that?
Yeah, that's really interesting. And with this, so there's the four of you on stage. There's like you and Mr. Exy, and then the two angels. But then
And a soprano,
and
male soprano,
and
and three dancers who are operating the cameras. There are three cameras on us at all times.
oh wow. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get to the interactive element in a moment because there is a lot I want to ask about that.
Mm.
But we've also got instead of, again, because things are being done really different with this opera, instead of having all of the ENO and members and things, you've got a local choir, Kantos Chamber Choir, who are coming on and performing with you. So
Yeah.
is that something that you've experienced before?
No.
Yeah. Is it so? Have you been able to rehearse with them yet?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, we've done all the floor rehearsals. We only had 4 weeks in London, but from the second week, Cantos were with us. The first week, and because it's such a short rehearsal process, we've only got 5 days here in the theatre. I haven't been into the space yet. Kip and Marg kind of insisted, I think, with ENO that from the very beginning we had the stage, because the stage, if we can say, I don't know if we can, you can edit this out, the stage is constantly moving. The stage is almost like a eerie character in itself. So we're constantly turning. So, I mean, it just means that at the end of a 6.5 hour day of rehearsals, when you're at home, you feel like you're still moving.
You need your sea legs, don't you?
Yeah, you really do need your sea legs. So it was really, and because the Kantos choir are so integral, everyone is integral. Every person in this cast and production is it's really integral part of the whole picture. From second week, they had to be in rehearsals because they're on stage as well the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, it sounds a brilliant way to approach it. And what we're approaching is quite a few different, I mean, you've mentioned a couple already. There's quite a few themes that aren't for the faint-hearted, let's say.
Yeah.
You've got human trafficking, sexual exploitation, violence, addiction, like you say, paedophilia. There's lots of different things going on. And that's heavy for you as performers as well as an audience watching it. We come and we watch it once. You're living with that for a long, long time. So how is that process then of kind of looking after yourselves and each other with it as well?
Well, I think that was also probably Matt Broom, the casting director at ENO. I think that was also maybe part of his thought process of the team he got. It's a very, very nurturing environment. And ENO have a policy, there's a wellness coach on standby. We're told from day one if anyone wants that. I think we're all quite vocal. No one has said they've taken up on that. But I think what we're dealing with are all the kind of shadow emotions of the human psyche. So we all have the possibility to have that evil in us. It's whether or not our moral compass wants to access those things. I'm not saying all of us want to be pedophiles. That's something different. But there is, we all have the ability to be cruel. We all have the ability to live in that shadow world. And I think sometimes we talk about it in the group after a certain rehearsal, especially when we did some of the big intimacy scenes. We had an amazing intimacy coach, and some of the intimacy scenes, I've never had an intimacy coach before, but in all the kind of crazy characters, or Salome or nudity or whatever I've done, but I've never played a paedophile before. I've never had to have that constant motivation in my head of imagining that I'm saying to a young person, right, and now you're going to come with me and we're going to do this. And that is really, I found that really surprising I found myself kind of going, oh, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't want to play it, I don't like it, I don't like it. And of course you do, because it's a really important confrontational piece, in the way that we know sex trafficking exists, we know paedophilia, we know these things exist, but it's very easy for our heads to go, but they exist over there. Because it's easy we don't want the trauma of actually going, oh my God, they're existing right in front of us. They could be in my apartment I'm renting, it could be happening next door. We just don't know, but it's happening all the time, all over the world. And I think pieces like this, that when they're done and they're so sensitive and so intelligently paced, and then they're treated with the creative team with such wisdom and sensitivity, we should have to confront these things because they are happening.
Yeah. Well, that's how they continue to exist, isn't it? If we're all too scared and we hide in the shadows from it,
yeah,
I mean, that's just magic for the people who are, So it needs to be applauded what the piece is doing, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think one of the other things it's doing that is so accepting and inviting for opera audiences is making it so accessible, because the music is not, of course it's opera, but there's a mix of, I believe, different styles, mix. Spoken word, like loads of.
There's Mariam, our incredible singer from Sweden, she is Björk. She is Björk. She has a background of, she's very famous in a background of jazz and improvisation, and she has a central. She's playing the Girl Angel, and she has a central soliloquy that is just a scream of anguish of this victim, and it is, I get goosebumps just even thinking about it. It defies genre almost. It's kind of an electric jazz punk scream. Yeah. And then you have that next to operatic, then you have that next to polyphony, some kind of church, some medieval, some kind of Asian. There is something, and cabaret, there's something for everyone in it. And that in itself is inclusive, because it's not just like, oh, this is opera, you come to see this only if you like opera. It is an event, and the way it's being staged is a very integral, that's not the word, begins with an I, inclusive event.
Yeah, because I believe it's really quite immersive. Like you've mentioned the moving floor, but you've got audiences that can stand, and they don't have to stay in one place, they can move around. And I'm guessing that from an audience viewpoint as well, because you're going to maybe see little details and nuances that someone else wouldn't see. So it's kind of like, what's your part in that as an audience member? Like, are you enabling things by not speaking up? And
are you a voyeur?
Yeah. It's so interesting.
It is really interesting, and and because some people might be really triggered about some of the stuff they see, and some people might not be triggered at all. So if you're triggered, you can walk away from that image.
Yeah.
And if you're not at all and you want to see more of it, then, you know, and it does make me think of the Globe, you know, people standing and moving and the fact that if it is too confrontational, then you can take yourself out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you never know how a piece is going to be received and how it's going to go until you've got it in front of an audience. But my goodness, this more than ever, right? This is going to keep you all on your toes.
I don't, my character, I mean, most of us, my character doesn't leave the stage at all. And so it means all my changes, including wig changes, which I haven't seen yet, I'm going in today to have an extra rehearsal. I've got to do everything by myself on stage. So all my costume changes, wig changes, everyone will see everything. And it's just a brilliant challenge as an artist and as an actress to always. I think I'm in the character and kind of focused throughout the whole opera. But this, I mean, there is no time that you can go off stage and grab a little bit of water and then come back in and get back into it. You just are the character for the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah. Wow. So vocally then, you've said all these different styles of music and, you know, you've said you can't even really go and, you know, get a bit of reprise with water or anything. Where we know you've got this incredible vocal range that you're famous for, where does this piece kind of allow you to sit like technically within it?
I approach every single piece exactly the same way. I put it in to my voice technically the same way, and then I play around with it. I mean, I'm not singing this the way I would sing Strauss or Wagner. But technically I have to approach it like that, so it's set up so it's my technique, so that if I go too far from that, I can always bring it back to vocally, okay, this is what I do. So there are moments that's much more operatically sung, but there's I have a kind of number, a party scene that is kind of like cabaret. Wow. You know, it's it's kind of like cabaret, and there's bits that are more like a Scots song for me. Or a lullaby, very creepy lullaby, but it's so I think I approach everything. I put them into my muscle memory the same way, and then I kind of play around with what I do with my voice to try and do justice to the character and what the composer has written.
Yeah. There's so much goes into it. It always fascinates me speaking to performers. Honestly, it's amazing. And then when you've done all of this in Manchester, it moves to London in October, but in a completely different space. So you're kind of going to have to start from, well, not scratch, but you're going to have to go again with it all, aren't you, with the rehearsals?
Well, we've got exactly the same rotating stage. But here we have, again, edit this out if we're not allowed to say it. Here we have, as I say, we've got cameras on stage with us the whole time. We have 4 massive screens that everyone, apart from what's going on stage, everyone can see the detail of what we're doing on these screens. And in the Colosseum, that will be in a different configuration. Yeah. But we won't be starting again, but of course it will just be, you know, you can't just kind of pick it up, and because every space is different. I mean, opera house, going from one opera house to another opera house, when we do the thing I did in La Scala, I mean, we've gone 8 years, we did it all around the world in different venues. And sometimes it was, you know, in La Scala or Buenos Aires, which are very similar, or it was in the Holland Festival and it was in a water tower, or it was in the Vienna Festival and it was in a huge equestrian space that had absolutely no acoustic. So you just have to you have to have complete trust in the people who are, because this is mic'd, because we've got text and all kinds of stuff, and because of manipulation of sound going on. So you just have to have complete trust in the sound engineers, which we do because they're utterly brilliant, and not worry about it. The creative side of what is going to work or what's not going to work in London versus here is Kip and Marg's worry. It's not our worry.
Yeah.
And we've got so much to worry about as performers.
Yeah, like when you're going to get a drink.
I know, what bar am I on? Is this a 3/4 or 4/4 or 5/8? Which wig am I meant to be putting on now? Where's the monitor? Because we're constantly moving around like this.
Yeah.
And I cannot see a monitor, can't see the conductor. I mean, in a traditional opera house, you're facing, you're not always facing forward, but the conductor is in front of you and you can see it. And usually, as you're looking out from the stage, there'll be one or two monitors, like little televisions on the side, so that if I'm singing, but singing side on, I can see a monitor. I don't think I actually am directly in front of the conductor many times in 90 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be fun. But if anyone can do it, Alison, of course, it is you.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, you will. So, of course, we haven't spoken about the conductor either. So, I mean, you tell me.
Baldur Brynjaman is, I first met him, oh Lord, maybe about 8 years ago. I did a last minute, it was my first Schoenberger Wartung, and I was jumping in Bergen. I was asked to do it whilst I was on tour in China, so I was learning Erwartung, which is one woman opera, on a train in between Wuhan and Beijing whilst I was there singing Britten and Handel. And then I turned up to Bergen, and Baldur is very, I mean, he conducts everything. He can do everything, but he is especially well known in like for me, like 20th century and contemporary works. He makes it accessible to the performers. Especially very fiercely difficult scores, he can make sense of them for us and for the audience. So yeah, I mean, there's another coup for to get Baldur. I think he's already done a few productions here, but to get him back when he's so busy we are very grateful. Thank you, thank you.
It is an amazing creative team, that's for sure. It has been absolutely brilliant chatting to you about this. It's been so much fun. So thank you. And we cannot wait for it to come to Aviva Studios from the 12th of May, the UK premiere of Angel's Bone by ENO. Thank you so much. And we will see you very soon, not long to go.
Thank you so much. And I invite everyone to just, if anyone's sitting on the fence and going, oh, opera, I'm not sure, this is the one to give it a go, because there is something for everyone in this, and it is an amazing piece of immersive theatre.
Absolutely. There you go. Alison said it. You have to come now. It's just rude if you don't. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.